Hi man, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a unisex fragrance from Mancera called Holidays that I got my hands on this decant of a while back. Now when I first wore this stuff, I actually didn't like it. I wore it a few times, toss it to the side. But as I've revisited this decant a little more and given it a few more chances, it's actually grown on me quite a bit. Now, I don't have the bottle, so we can't go over the presentation, but we will get into the fragrance overall and how it smells. Before we do, as always, guys, you know the drill. If it's your first time here and you haven't done so already, I very nicely, politely ask you to subscribe and ring the bell. That is if you like the content, of course. Now, this stuff does lean a little more feminine, in my opinion, but it's a unisex fragrance through and through. I'm going to put the notes up on the screen. Let's go over the notes together. Then we'll get into the fragrance itself, how it smells, and all that good stuff. In the top, we've got coconut and bergamot. In the mid, we've got tiara flower. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Ylang ylang and sea notes. And then in the base, vanilla pod, sandalwood, and white musk. Now, what threw me off the most with this fragrance is probably the name. When I heard the name Holidays, I was expecting something much more cold weather driven and like, you know, deep and rich. And this is something you can wear in the colder weather. But when I smell this, I get a vision of like summertime. I get a vision of like white sand resort type of a thing. And it does smell like a kind of a warmer, heavier fragrance for the summertime. But I think in the winter time, it would be a really light fragrance. I wore it once in the colder weather, and it actually wasn't that bad. Maybe I'm presenting it in a way that's a little over the top, but I do feel like it's more of a spring and summer fragrance. Now, I gotta say, if I'm gonna simplify how this smells, it reminds me of like cocoa butter lotion. Imagine you have like cocoa butter lotion with a touch of white florals and then maybe some nice white musk. Very pleasant. It's not groundbreaking by any means, but it is very pleasant. I think on a woman, this is going to smell a little more heavy, a little more dark and rich and heavy. But on my skin, it actually comes off a bit lighter. It comes off like a light and subtle, like a cocoa butter lotion, like I said, with a bit of a bite from the bergamot and then some white florals and whatnot. It's a pleasant fragrance. I didn't like it at first, like I said, because when I first sprayed on, it's really synthetic and obnoxious off of my skin. But as it dries down more and more, it becomes really, really nice. I have a few more wears left in this decant. I'm going to hold on to it until the weather warms up and give it a shot then. Performance, it's beast mode. On my skin, I'm getting 8 to 10 hours pretty easily. Projection is pretty monstrous for like 3 hours. And then after like the 3 to 5 hour mark, it's still like 4 inches off my skin. And then, you know, from like the 5, 6, 7, 8 on hour mark, it's a pretty decent, you know, skin scent, but you can still smell it. If I move my arm around in front of me, I can still catch it. So I imagine other people are going to smell this stuff off your skin for a solid 8+ hours. Price-wise, I think Fragrance Net is around $107 for a 4-ounce bottle. And I haven't explored Mancera too much, but it's a house that I need to get into more because everyone speaks pretty highly of Mancera, and I've only tried a few of their fragrances, and every time it's been decants like this, I haven't gotten any full bottles. But overall, this one is nice. Like I said, unisex, I think it leans a little more feminine, but it is worth getting a decant, and for whatever it's worth, I got this decant at decanthouse.com. Not a sponsored video by any means. I bought it with my own money. It's a great website to check out and get decants of fragrances that you don't want to buy full bottles of just yet, or you're unsure of that. So I do recommend them. This one is worth looking into, so check it out. Like I said, a little bit feminine, but not too much. Very nice cocoa butter smell with a touch of bergamot, a touch of white florals, and some nice white musk. Interesting to say the least. Get your nose on it if you haven't already. Hey man, if you liked the video, drop me a like. It matters. It lets YouTube know the video is worthwhile. The channel's worthwhile. You liked it. Maybe someone else will like it. They should show it to other people. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I don't know why you haven't already, but you probably should. Until next time, guys, I would leave you how I always leave you. Take your vitamins, hit the gym, and always stay improving. That's very important. God bless. Be well. Until next time, I'm out.